I pray that God give all of us the ability to see the wisdom of God so that we can utilize this life fully, in which all is given to us already. It's just that we need to open our eyes and to see, appreciate, and utilize it well to fulfill our destiny, to reach to our goal of life, which is not a individual personal goal, but the very goal of existence for us. So, like this, I welcome all of you again. Very, very happy to meet you all in this meeting. A very simple example is coming in my being right now. Let's say we are in the office and we have to do many things in the office, isn't it? We don't do one thing in the office only, no? Generally speaking, no? Unless we have some specialized job or something. So we do many things in the office. So one thing we are doing and where we have to focus on it, no? Then we are done with that. When we feel that, okay, I have done enough part of it today, then we withdraw ourselves from it. Then we feel, okay, what else to do, what is next to be done. It is driven by either the office schedule, some seat or something given to us, or our own internal wisdom or understanding of our work in that company, and then we do it, no? Like this. And we keep moving like this from one task to another, and during this time between the two tasks, when we are in this neutral gear, where we are deciding what is the next task to be done, where we are exactly and who we are. Are we an employee? Actually, yes. But are we really an employee who is doing something? No. We are an employee who is sitting and thinking what to do next. No. But are we not a being also that time? Who is this employee who is thinking? This employee actually is the being only, no? Who has his own wisdom. And where is our individual life, personal life, individual life, that practical life, individual personal life that time? Where is that private life that time? It is also there, no? It is just inside, in the back of the backstage right now, because it is not in the forefront, no? And then we are done with the office now. Now we are going home. Home means like we are taking a bus or car, or train or something. Who we are that time now? Are we employee? Actually not. Meaning if we are employee, it's not a good idea generally. Like we should, it is said that we should leave our office in the office, no? So actually we are not an employee. We are a being. We are a personal being now. Meaning not personal, but a being who is heading towards a individual life now, that I want to live with my family or alone or go somewhere, eat something, buy something, arrange something, no? My life for which I do job and earn money, no? Who are we that time? We are that same being actually who we were during the work, no? But it been during the work in the office between the two tasks, it was much more easily highlighted that I am this who is doing all the tasks, no? But during a particular task, it is not easy, no? Isn't it? In the same way, when we are in the office, it is not so easily possible to feel that I am the being who is living this individual life for which I am doing the job and to earn money. But when we are traveling, let's say when we are not in the office, that time it is much easily possible. Then we are in the then we come to our house or anywhere, and we are doing everything else now, and we are keep changing things and we keep doing things like this, isn't it? The two elements are common here. One is we, who we are uh, truly, that is common. Another element is also common, that is who or what we think we are. Think means that what we have accepted ourselves to be, or that we are trying to become in a way. No? Whether it is for whatever region of conditioning or need of the work or need of the personal life, but we have accepted it. No? So these are the two elements, that what we are trying to become and what we are, who is trying to become, isn't it? So the goal of a spiritual discussion here, or any discussion like this, is not to focus on what we are trying to become, because that is very tightly connected, coupled with the life activities and the life that we have chosen. Life that we have chosen. Normally not we are forced. No? We have chosen a certain life because we want to get something out of that life. No? And for that, it is a demand that we should become, or we should remain a certain person, certain type of individual person. No? At least in front of like our employer and in the office and like this. Family also, many times. So that is not the focus of spirituality, but who we are is the focus. In the way we can take a back seat, like in the office, for example, we can kind of step back a little bit to observe that, okay, let me have an overview of my whole day. No, let me have an overview of my whole day in the office. That what I'm supposed to do, so that I can prioritize. I can prioritize my task, isn't it? We all do prioritization. No? That which task is more important, which is less important. In the same way, we can take another step back, that let me prioritize whether office work is more important right now, or we do that also, or the individual life calls are more important. We do that, no? In the same way, can we also not take one step more backward? One step back, one more step back, like from the whole of this self which we are trying to become into the self that we are. Can we do that? This is what I'm saying. And we can actually, if you understand this simple thing, not converting it into some kind of, oh my God, I'm going to go into some kind of deep cave of darkness of a meditation or something. No, no. You are I'm inviting you to step into that which you always are, and just that you are not giving value to. You are a moving, walking self all the time. That self which does not really move. No. So you are the self in the office when you are lost in your task. You are the self in the practical life, individual life also, when you are connected with the relations and everything. Just not giving value to. No. So this is that example I'm trying to bring you to your notice, that you can feel the truth of who you are. It is so simple to feel the truth of who you are. So think about it. Feel right now, who are you? Not like a questioning, not a self-inquiry happening, but living who you are beyond all the activities of office, beyond all the activities of personal life, beyond all the activities of life that you do or that you try to become. No? This you, beyond everything, does not need to maintain itself, does not need to create itself, does not need to change itself. No? You don't have to become this you, because you are already that originally and forever. No? So this you, which is forever you, the true self that you are, let's live this right now. By understanding, no? By understanding that, okay, I do things, yes. Now I'm not doing them. Many things I do, but I'm not doing any of them. I do everything to become something, to accomplish something in life, no? But right now, I'm not trying to become anything. I'm not trying to accomplish anything in life. One of the two, or both, basically are connected always. No? Whenever we are trying to accomplish something, also it includes becoming something. Meaning, this is the way of the person. Whenever we do something, it affects who we are also. And who we are affects what we do also. This is the way of the person. Way of the being, however, is doing without becoming anything. Doing while remaining who we are. No? This is the way of the being, and which we can learn also once we start living who we are. No? Slowly, it will take some time, because our habit is to again and again plug into that personhood and start becoming while accomplishing anything in life or doing something in life. No, there is a direct relation of being with the life. Being can experience life directly without becoming that person in between. No? So right now, would you like to feel? You all are invited. It's not a guiding so much, I think, but you all are more invited to look deeply into it. That is it not true? Am I not the same one who was present in the office, in the shop, or anywhere, traveling with the family, activity, everything? Am I not the same one? Same one, but not engaged with anything now. Let me feel my own existence, my own self, just because I exist. There is no reason why I should feel my existence. Because I exist. No. Or no? Is it not sufficient reason? Because I have never experienced this so clearly. I want to. What is the benefit of it? The benefit is that somehow, as if we are living in a false light of the false knowledge about everything, including about ourselves and about life, relations and everything. And this brings true light in our being so that we can know who we are truly, so that we can live life also as it actually is. No? And that's the way to be blissful. That's the way to be blissful. No? So I think very good. Thank you. Just felt like sharing with all of you in the beginning. Deepa, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Uh, I just want to understand how to find balance. I feel I overdo everything. Overthinking, oversharing, overexerting myself, and then blame it on others, but then it's me who has done it all. Why do I do that? How to get out of this? I know that this comes from my father's line of um lineage, but how to break this?
There was an example, like a story given, long time back we heard this story in different books also and in different talks also. I think in Osho talk also one time it was mentioned there was a king, like a emperor, no, big like an emperor, and one man came to his court to sell scent, perfume, no, Bit- nice perfume, and that guy said it's a super expensive, like it's very expensive. Remember. And then they discussed the price and all. Okay, it will be like 1,000 gold coins or things like this. Then the emperor takes it and it spills a little bit on the floor or something, and then he takes it and uses it to put to his cloth, and the other people are like, what king, what the emperor is doing, because he's not supposed to do things like this. It looks too cheap. Then he felt bad later on that yeah, you are right, he's bad. The next day he ordered this man that bring all the scent that you have of this quality, and I want to fill it in my bathtub, and I'm going to take a bath in this now. The the wise advisors of the emperor said that this is not a good idea because it's not going to compensate really. It's going to make it even look more foolish, no? More strange, like this. So this is what you are talking about. What happens is, let us try to understand one thing about it here: appropriateness, right action. Let's talk about right action because there is a lot of talk happening about right action in the spirituality. What is the right action? From where it comes? Right action does not really come from learning of the mind. No mind can be so balanced or so well trained that it can start doing the right action. Although we try, right well action actually comes from the right state of being or the right connectedness with the source of life. No? When we are in sync with the existential flow, then the right action happens. Right action basically is like this: that you and me both are being of life. One being of life, right? We don't know this maybe, but intellectually at least we know now. Or experientially, you must have experienced, I'm sure, in some time, that as if life is one. No? So this as if life is one, that experience is the experience of the one being of life, which is appearing as me and you both. Now, how you, the being, one being of life, how you, one being of life, should act like individual self called Deepa, that it, it gives all that which is necessary for this individual self called Deepa. You know, meaning not compromising there. And also, it doesn't disturb the overall harmony. Because you who is playing as Deepa, living as Deepa, is the same one who is playing as me also, and everyone else also. So you want them also to have everything without compromise. This is what is the harmony, maintaining the harmony, love, oneness. So this is only possible when you who is playing the role of Deepa remains sufficiently connected to your own truth of one being while continuously rooted as individual soul. So in one simple sense also you can say, when you, the individual soul, is sufficiently connected to the Supreme Soul or God inside you, your actions start becoming right actions. Because you remain in the harmony without knowing, basically. Not that you have to know things, that okay, this is good or not, this is good or not like this. So actual real thing called right action comes from this connectedness with the source or with the oneness of life, with one being that we are also, beyond the individual soul. But let's say now when we are not like this, then what happens is, then basically we are what I call unstable. We are in an unstable state, continuously unstable, trying to balance. What is balancing? You know, in Hindi we have a word called sadhana. Sadhana is not really practices, doing practices. No, it is doing one thing only, that is to balance. Balance means what? साधना किसी चीज को साधना, नो, जीवन को साधना, स्वयं को साध लेना, like remaining balanced. As you will become balanced, you will come back to that connectedness with the source. No, as soon as we balance ourselves, we again get connected to the source, from which we are getting disconnected continuously in our daily life and everything that we are doing, and that is causing us restlessness. No? So when we are not connected, what we are doing is we are trying to still remain balanced as much as we can. And the only method we are finding right now is that I have leaned too much on the left. Now, only way to remain in the balance is to lean too much on the right. This too much is like a side effect, like trying to remove the side effect of leaning on the left while leaving the side effect of leaning on the right. And there is no end to it. This is an endless story now. Where to end this series, these consequences? This is what is karma. Karma means consequences, which are to be undone, like a side effect left by my doings, no? Which is not possible in the right action. Right action is a complete action in itself, in the moment. Although it may have all the connections in the future with our life story that we are living in, and the people who are looking at us, perceiving at us in a certain way, all of that can be seen. But actually, it is an independent action. Right action is also an independent action. It's like a gift of existence to the individual life, which brings only more harmony, more peace, more joy in life. So the thing is that you cannot really be balanced as such. We can try, and we will. As an individual, until we discover who we are beyond the individual person, we will try, and that is a good thing, not a bad thing, to balance, keep ourselves balanced. Otherwise, we will hit, like we will hurt or get hurt too much. No, so it's a good thing to be a balanced individual. It's not a bad thing at all. No, it's a very good thing. Where it doesn't mean that there can be an individual so balanced that it will not go off balance. We mostly as a person, when I say individual, I don't mean person. as a person, we have learned how to pretend to be balanced, how to pretend to be not shaken, very balanced, talking very nice, and inside boiling continuously. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual balance of the individual, not pretending only. So even that is possible through meditation also, through other efforts also. It is possible and is being achieved. But what I'm talking about is the actual connection with the source of our own being, with our own Lord within. And then the right action comes. Right action, what is the point of it for the individual? Actually, individual will gain the maximum from it also, by the way. Right action is not a one-sided thing. It is a miracle of life that in this right action, that individual through which it is happening gets the maximum of its own possible destiny, and also anybody else connected to it also gets the maximum. You know. So it's an internal thing that is lived by those who wake up more and more, and I hope that it makes it more clear to you what you are asking.
Yes, it does. And yes, you correctly mentioned about finding the balance. So there have been instances where I've just remained unattached in that situation and it automatically works out on its own. I don't have to do even a single thing. But then fear kicks in, or the attachment of too much attachment of, doing something on about certain things and then getting a result rather than just leaving it as it is, that comes in. So it's a spiral.
It is actually, and that's what I'm saying, that where to end it. You cannot end it from within it. You have to get out of it to end it. Meaning you need an alternative. We need an alternative. We cannot keep improving it. If we keep improving, it will be a little more better life, little more better balanced individual. But still, fears will be there. No? In very simple language, let me tell you, when you that which is not moving, start doing the actions, only then you can be free from fear of your actions and their consequences. But not before that. Because only this which is not moving can see everything in one go, can see all the consequences in one go. That's why there is no going back for this one when it takes action. Until then, we are going to feel like this. Less or more depends on how closer we are to the source and how far from. The more further away we are from the source, the more fear we will feel. We can be so far from the source of our own being that we don't live at all. We just imagine, think. No? But the more closer we are, the more stable we will feel, nourished we will feel, happy also. But it doesn't mean that we may not feel fear still. We will, because still there is a mix. It's like a mix, no? Mix state, no? Like where we are feeling the stability of the being also, or stillness of the being felt as stability inside us. It's like this. Why I insist on stability? Stability basically is the effortful stability attained by us, no, as a seeker of truth, which will enable us to sense the stillness of the being which is present inside us, which will start contributing to the stability that we have now. And slowly it will start converting that stability into stillness, meaning we are sinking in and coming closer in a way to the stillness which is present all the time inside us. That's why the stability is the most important part of coming home to who we are. All the other options are basically remaining in that flickering state or that wavering state of mind or consciousness. Improving, not improving, but remaining there. No? The real change will happen only when we choose some different model of living. That different model is stability, model of stability. And in this, what you are talking about, you can be stable even when you are unstable. You can be stable towards being unstable. That what is felt right now. Or we can be unstable about even being stable. This is what precisely happens when we discover the truth of who we are, but not able to stay in it. because we are unstable about the stillness even. Stillness is there inside us, something which is never changing, never moving, but we are so moving towards it that we are not able to either see it, appreciate it, or live it as much as to see its beauty and importance. No? Do you see? This is the importance of being stable or centered. No? Because centeredness enables us to see clearly what is that stillness inside us, which is so invaluable, no? The source of everything. So I think we are good. It's clear now.
Yeah, yeah. It makes sense. It's like, life itself says that you are in your outdated version. You have to amp up. So just amp up, get out of it. If it's not working out for you, there's a reason why it is not working out for you, right?
Yes, totally. Life, you cannot imagine how like now we hear about different generations, no, Gen Z, and then millennial, and now there's a meta new generation which is going to be like which who are being born right now. You don't have any idea about life. Life have no generation. It is brand new all the time. And to keep up to that, you need to be so much more advanced than our so-called generations. We all are outdated. All even this millennials and all they are too outdated. Too outdated. I'm sorry, but it is true. Anybody who wakes up is so up to date. With life. We are outdated. We are updated with the human knowledge only in these generations. No? Not with life, not with truth. We are so outdated, meaning we are outdated in with the plan of existence for us. For example, we have no idea. We are going against it continuously. So you are very right. We need to be in sync with it again and again, and improve more and more. What is leaving the past? What it means to leave the past? Leave the past basically means leaving that which is outdated. No? Basically, leave the outdated. What I call non-essential basically is that which is outdated, which is not helping in any way. But anything which is not helping does not mean it is not harming. It for sure is harming if it is not helping. There is no such thing as useful and that's all, or other things. No, either useful or harmful inside us. No? There is no third category actually, and we are just trying to agree in some way or hypnotize ourselves that no, there is a third category. This is not useful, but I don't think it is harmful. It is okay. No, it is harmful for sure. That's why it's a must to look deeply inside us that what is outdated. No? Meaning, it can be a spiritual joke that is our way of looking at the outdated things outdated or up to date. Maybe there's a possibility that even our way of looking at the outdated things is outdated. So let's fix that first. But you are very, very right. If we keep updating, we are getting so much more from life. Actually, the whole life is doing things. While we are just fighting with life, trying to snatch from life, trying to remove from life and so on, that we are wasting all of our energy in that and we are not getting anything out of it. Nobody can go against the will of God or against the flow of life. Meaning we cannot gain anything really. We can gain only one thing, tiredness, not anything else. If that is what we want, mostly nobody wants it. If we want anything, we have to understand life. We have to understand how life flows, who I am, where I am placed, and we need to update ourselves or keep updating ourselves. Spirituality is not really to believe things for me. Spirituality that I share is not to believe things, but to update ourselves. Remove the beliefs or exchange the belief with a real understanding of life. What I am, where I am, where I am placed, what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to do now. No? Like a real life, not an imaginary life that we live as a person. And it's so amazing. Actually, even if you don't know anything, it's so amazing, so beautiful, so powerful actually, to even just be here right now, every one of us, no? That I'm in life. No? And let me update my knowledge more and more. What is knowing who I am, if not updating our knowledge about ourselves? Is it not? Is it not as simple as this, that I want to not continue believing who I am? I want to update my knowledge about myself. Is it not? Is it not like this? Let me update my knowledge about myself. When we have, let's say, done updating many things in our life about other things, let me update my knowledge about myself, who I am, what I believe I am. Let's see how far it is from the reality, my knowledge about myself, how far it is from the reality. For that, we need to meet the reality of who we are first, or no? How we update any knowledge? We bring that knowledge which we have, and we meet the reality of that which about which we have knowledge. So whatever we know about ourselves, let us bring that here right now. Meaning, I don't mean right this moment, but any moment you want, including right now also, and then meet the reality of who you are. You know, is it possible that I can meet the reality of who I am, and I bring the knowledge of who I am also? Whatever I know about myself, let's bring that knowledge and let us verify whether that knowledge is true or not. Is it possible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So this is another way of updating also, or not? In this it is found that actually I appear to be individual, but I am something else. This something else is called the being. No? And this being, when it starts living itself, it kind of does not find limitation in a way of a form, shape, size, quality also. You know, you find yourself to be that formless, qualityless, shapeless being who is living in this form, who is living through this form, and mostly who is living as this form also. When you say I am Deepa, when you say I am, this form, basically you are that formless, qualityless being, shapeless being, saying that this is my shape, this is my form, and it is okay. It is your form, but your form and you cannot be one, or can you? Because for you to claim a form to be yours, you need to be there before claiming it. No? So it's good, no? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ji.
Very nice talking to you.
I was waiting. So it felt like, it's been so long that I've met you, and we met last week.
It's
So
it's
there
good
was this,
actually.
yeah, this longing inside me to meet you.
It's good. No? Very happy to meet seekers like you who are so interested in truth. Thank you. Then every day, every meeting is going to be a fresh exploration, because that which we are exploring and living is absolutely fresh, pristine, always fresh, like 100% fresh. There is no oldness ever happens to it. And who we are actually, by the way, all the same, also same. This who we are never becomes old at all. Like not even 1 minute old, not even 1 second old. To try to live this truth, please. Not even 1 second old. No, I just experienced myself. this self is 1 second old now because I experienced it 1 second before. No, then that is the experience only. The self does not become 1 second old. You know, please understand. You are that. You are that self which does not become 1 second old ever. And if you let go of your attachment to the old or the time, you are free. You are free to experience your timeless freshness. No, yeah, you know what I mean. But you are also free to experience time or anything that happens in time. This time you will not just get mixed up. You will not mix these two things. That's all. You will know I am that which is always fresh and timelessly so, and things happen in time. Like the food on the table. Like wow, feeling hungry. Even the most beautiful, delicious fruits, let's say from any garden, so beautiful. But they will not remain fresh. Do you see the point? Nothing can remain fresh in time. And that is the closest and the most simple clue for discovering who we are. That nothing can remain fresh in time except the being that you are, the experiencer. So inside ourselves, let's feel, is there anything which remains all the time fresh? And yes, there is. And everything else is more or less changing, like becoming stiller and stiller, not becoming fresher. Nothing inside us is becoming more fresh, it's only becoming more old. But there is something which always remains fresh, always. That is the clue towards who we are. Because this was one of my most surprising discoveries when I discovered this simple truth I am. That this truth I am is not changing. And if something is not changing, can it become old? Actually, it doesn't. But it doesn't mean it is dead. This is the miracle. It is not dead, but it doesn't become old. Like it is alive in a sense, but not alive in the sense of alive in time. No? Such a simple thing. And it gives us the wisdom and eyes to see everything else which is changing inside us. All the layers, subtlemost layer, which look so stable, like forever, so they are found to be changing. Even little bit, no? Like this. So very good, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I like this kind of conversation where we started from the very outer level of our body, mind, personal, in a way, individual life to the very core of who we are. No? It's amazing, amazing range. No? Thank you, Deepa, for giving me this beautiful range.
All because of you.
Thank you, thank you. So very good.
Rajee, I want to explore something. I just came notice in my notice that what is this ego? What is this me, which is called like ego? Is me like a pattern of living or a way of living? Like how I speak, how I talk, how I walk, how I behave. Is all like in one become like bundle. This is I'm noticing like how. And this very strange feel like. Is even talking like there is a something like stopping me. Like this kind of feeling there.
Yeah.
Can we explore more about it or
Yeah,
find
tell me.
out and then?
You have to tell me a little bit
Yes,
more
because
how you want to explore.
when you guided that who are you in the beginning, and then I could see there was a totally silence, nothing else. And then this again kicked out. And I found that this is a way of my thinking and all these things. This grabs, catches even that silence, even this feeling, and then convert it into like I did it or it happened like this way.
True. See, this is a default behavior happening in the absence of you. When you are absent from body mind, this is default. What is unconsciousness basically is not really the unconsciousness only in the body mind. It has a source. What is the source of unconsciousness in the body mind? That is self unawareness, self unconsciousness. So, or your absence of who you are. No? So when you are absent, basically means that when you are not aware of yourself in the body mind, that is what it means to be absent from the body mind, no? From life. So in that absence, unconsciousness, in that darkness, life happens the way you are reporting. It is true. You are able to notice now. No? That from inside I am noticing that it is kind of system is going on. Internally it is just kind of self-sustaining in a way. It's just doing things by itself, in a way, claiming things and holding on to and blaming and this and that. No? It's not somebody there really, no? Because I'm looking at it and I'm for sure not doing it. No? Yes? It's good. But my question is what to do now from here? Because if you tell me, that will be much better. Then you will get a real customized, guidance or customized insight inside,
There is a feeling to be little away and watch it, so that I can know that what it is and then how to deal with it. This
Yes.
is the first feeling.
Yeah. So do it right now and tell me that if it is possible or is there any problem and difficulty in this? So let this whole body-mind system inside remain. Every one of you is welcome here. Let us live together. That let this body-mind system remain and let it continue doing its work. You are not so absent that you cannot notice what is going on. You are not so strongly present that this system stopped working. No, no. Very gently present, very conscious, but gentle. And let it work and noticing. We are just seeing, we are just only looking. Let us notice, let us keep seeing the movement of the mind. This is the movement of the mind. Different activities taking place. Things are being claimed, things are being blamed. Construction of certain knots happening or removal of certain not happening. And in this simple seeing, when we are just seeing here, try to remember yourself always. Continuously remember and remain aware of yourself. Because if you don't, you will get sucked into dreaming, unconscious thinking. So remain alert and aware that I am here and I am seeing. Do not become unaware of your existence yourself. Let us try as much as we can. No? Because you just want to see that what is really going on inside me. But you don't want to participate in it. You don't want to remain in it. You don't want to play a role in this activity that is going on. And like this, you will be able to actually see your system for the first time, the body, mind, and everything, how it exactly functions, mind particularly. Even you can have a real taste of or darshan of your breath also. That okay, this is how breath happens, because you are looking at it from a distance, from a detachment, not participating or not mixed with it, not living it, just looking, just seeing. Whenever you feel lost in thoughts and feelings, just remember yourself that I am the seer of it. You don't need to find your place or location, just finding your right relation with what you are seeing or what you are living, what is present, which is going to bring you out of this sense of dreaming into your simple stability of being from where we are seeing. Don't try to see more, don't try to see less, because that is part of the mind. We are trying to see more or trying to see less. No, try to see as it is, not more, not less. Not colored perception, but true perception. Let's truly see how mind is working. It will help us a lot in understanding how mind works, and it will help us in using our mind much better for our practical life, and also it will help us become free from the mind engagement when we want to. So every thought, every feeling, everything in the mind is a possibility to pull us into it and make us forget that I am the seer of it, I am seeing it. Or it can work like a mirror. Let us use it like a mirror. Anything that you see is verifying that you are the seer of it, isn't it? Let us use it like a mirror now. Now there is nothing which can pull you inside the mind. Because we don't get pulled into the mind. We only get pulled into a deception that I am into the mind. You are not into the mind. Mind is here inside you and you are seeing it. If this is always the case, this truth never changes. We may stop seeing it, but this truth never changes. That truth, mind is inside me, inside you, and you are watching it. Mind is inside you, and you are watching it. You are looking at it. Whenever you feel lost, again and again remind yourself. Come to that stable ground of seer that you are. Take a deep breath, focus on the breathing, and you will be out of the dreaming of the mind, identification with the mind. Focusing on the breathing is a very simple way to get free from the identification with the mind. It doesn't matter what is happening in the mind. What matters is that you are a detached seer of it. Right now, for this exercise, you need to be a detached seer from it. Not involved seer, but a uninvolved seer. But a seer, not aloof, not indifferent, not I don't care. No. I do care what is happening. But I don't want to be involved in what is happening inside. You will more and more find yourself as the awareness of mind, not somebody looking at it, but more the very seeing or the very awareness of it. Do not try to identify yourself as a seer, which is also part of the mind. Let it go also now. Let yourself, your seeing become more subtle now, more pure, more still now, by letting go of even the sense of seer. No, I am not a seer, but I am the very seeing who is looking at the mind and allowing everything to function as it is, but I am not involved or mixed in with anything that is happening. At this point, most probably you will be able to notice now that you are not doing the seeing, but you are the very seeing. You are not doing the act of being aware of your mind. You are naturally, effortlessly aware of it. To do something with the mind, to do something with the mind, some effort is necessary. To just be aware of the whole of the mind, no effort is necessary. The awareness of the whole of the mind is naturally present without any effort in the being. Let us just notice it. Let us become aware of it now. That I am naturally, effortlessly aware of everything that is happening in the mind. Not the details of it, not in parts, but as a whole. Like as if something is happening. At this point you will feel not what is thought or feeling. Those things are not there. You are more zoomed out. So you are just sensing that something is just going on inside me. Only something as a whole. All the thoughts, feelings and everything has become one something that is going on inside me. And I am the seer of it. I am the seeing, I am the awareness of it. In the end, experience yourself also now a little bit. Feel your own self. Feel or live who you are. The one who is looking, the one who is seeing the movement of mind. Live yourself just for a few seconds. Relaxed in your being, rejoicing in your own existence. What we were doing before was just seeing. Now we are entering is just being or just sitting in meditation. We are now entering into meditation. Just being, not just seeing, just being. If you feel any sense of sleep, you can keep your eyes half open and you can focus on your breath also. Just being without focusing on anything. The focus or the attention is relaxed and being is relaxed into itself. Thank you. If you want to report anything, you can report.
Thank you so much. I could follow you for your pointings. I couldn't say that I see the mind, but I see the pattern, how it works. Like I saw when you saying that watch the mind. I couldn't see the thoughts or something, but I could see movement, energy or something kind. And then when you said that don't go in the dreaming, then I understood, okay, so this is the hook where the mind starts. Like if I'm sitting and a thought come and I catch it and hold it, and then I come in the mind without knowing. This is a hook. And then I got aware that this hook, we shouldn't take it this kind.
Yes. It's very good observation. Thinking is an essential activity. No? But we are doing it through dreaming. Dreaming means we are dreaming about ourselves and dreaming about everybody else and dreaming about life also. And within that, thinking is happening as necessary. So it is a thinking of the dreamer, of the one who is dreaming. No? It is not a thinking of the real being that you are. Thinking of a real being can happen if you don't enter into dreaming. You can still use your mind because mind is available to be used. But maybe it will take some days or weeks to get used to of it. That how we are able to use the mind without getting personal about it, about the in the thinking. It is possible. Because usually what is happening? No? When we think about something, we need to know why we think, isn't it? Like we need to know why we are thinking something. We need to know, we will be clear that what we are trying to gain out of it. No? So thinking is not the goal. Yeah, right? Thinking is a means to an end. But generally, in the person state, thinking is the goal. This is what is dreaming of the person. Like as if we are searching for new objects, new topics of dreaming as a person. That's why we find it so strange that how can I think without being a person, meaning without dreaming. No? But this how to is the key also to be free from being a person. So we can catch it in so many different ways. Like we can become free from being a person in so many different ways. One of them is this, for example, that you start doing the activity of thinking without dreaming about anything. Where you are clear, I am the thinker, you are clear that I want to think about a certain topic and for a certain region. That I want to reach to that. Let's say you want to search for a coffee house because you want to go to a coffee house. Do you need to think about it? Obviously, you didn't need to know. How else you will find out? Yeah. But do you need to be personal about it? No, you can be personal about your coffee when you reach there and get the coffee. When you start tasting, you don't need to, by the way, there also. But I'm saying in case. Why being personal even when that being personal is not necessary? You know what I mean? Like already dreaming. Wow, how amazing it will be when I will have the coffee. You know. So that is not going to help you in finding a coffee house, no? Or will it? And this we are not able to see somehow. When a company is selling you a product, do you think it is a piece of technology? No. They are selling you a dream. And they know it very well. You don't. That's why you are able to pay so much money for a small mobile phone or something. No? It's just a dream being sold to you, meaning it has been built up over the years in all of us together. No? And we think, wow, amazing phone, wow. No, we are living in a hypnosis that, the technology, yes, there. I love, for example, gadgets, technology. But I don't love dreaming anymore. I love the life without dreaming more than anything else now. So I love gadgets. I love a good mobile phone. But I don't like the dream that they try to sell to you along with that package. This phone, that phone. I don't want to advertise any phone, so that's why I'm not naming anyone. But all of you who are here with me, you understand what I'm talking about. It's such an amazing phone. Some phone is kind of some rock is coming from some meteor and hits the earth, and then out of that comes a mobile phone. And when you take that mobile phone out of the packet, you think this is that rock. Wow. Oh, yeah, it really is. So we are continuously as if interested in living the dream. Businessmen are just using the opportunity for their advantage. Do you see what I'm saying? And it is everywhere, not business, everywhere. Everyone who is in this life, they are using our need for imagination, for dreaming. One example could be that we watch TV, we watch different show on TV, like hey, this show, my favorite show is going on, comedy or whatever, and we have been like this for 1 month retreat or something, or meditation or like this, Tiruvannamalai also, or some other places also. Then we come back. Then that TV is not really a live TV for us. That is more like a piece of electronic just hanging on the wall. You are just not able to connect to it. Why? Why? What happened? What change happened? That change is very important to be understood here. Because you are not dreaming inside right now. Then it is just a simple perception of what is going on a electronic device. You know what I mean? Because of internal dreaming, we are able to connect to it. And those who are business people, they are able to understand how to sell their product, which are connected to your dreaming habit. This is how we are being fooled in one sense, or maybe not fooled also. So living as a person is basically essentially dreaming whole day, continuously, in different ways. It's not that easy to be free from it. But it is possible, and a simple way, for example, could be that you start thinking without dreaming. Then you start feeling also without dreaming, two things only. And they can kill the very dream of ego. These two things can completely kill the ego. Like that great ego, I don't know how to be free. It pulls me, it does this, it does that. These two small things. If it doesn't help, third also, do the physical activity without dreaming. Do the thinking without dreaming. Do the feeling without dreaming. Feel things, but not dreaming about them. Feeling them as they are right now. Like feeling this as it is right now. Just feeling it as it is right now. Thinking about it as it is right now, without dreaming about it. And you know what is dreaming, no? Everybody knows what is dreaming, no? So not touching the dreaming part of the mind. And doing something about it physically. And not touching the dreaming part. And you will start becoming free from ego. Because ego is nothing but an internal dreaming going on about you and about everything else. But it is being done by you. It is being fueled by you, supported by you basically, sponsored. Funding is being done by you. You are funding it. If you don't fund it, it will die. What it means to become free from ego. That you don't support it anymore. Like you create a new life. That new life is what I call individual's life. There is a difference between individual and a person. Person is that which is dreaming about life. Individual is that which is actually living it. That's why it is impossible for any damn company to sell a wrong product to an individual. It is impossible for any greatest salesman to sell a wrong product to an individual. Impossible, I'm saying. Individual will always exactly buy that which it want to buy. Nobody can fool it through advertisements and nice words and things like that. It will always simply, because first of all it knows what it wants. That is the origin and wisdom of it. And through that it looks at things that what matches. As simple as this. Person is a fickle state where dreams are being sold in the name of products. Not products are being sold with the help of dreams. No. You see what I mean? Wake up, my friend. So, thank you. So, these three things can be the most fundamental practices. That doing physical activity without dreaming. Like being conscious that there is a dreaming going on in me about this same physical activity and about everything else. So not doing any other imagining or dreaming about anything else, not dreaming about this what I am doing also. Only doing this what I am doing right now. This is what it means to basically be being present with what I am doing. Then doing the same thing about thinking also. Just thinking about what I want to think and not thinking about anything else. Because that's a very slippery road here right now. Because thinking is the core and the feeling also same. That's why physical activity is the best practice, but best place to start with. When we are able to do the physical activity, not stressed, not some so-called spiritual practices that as we perceive, no, in the mind, oh, I'm doing some spiritual. That time we are dreaming much more, by the way. No, simple piece of wood carved, some metal in it. It's a simple thing. Are you able to touch it or not? Without dreaming about it or dreaming about anything else? Yes, you are. This is what it means to do a physical activity without dreaming. I know it's difficult. For that you need to be aware of the dreaming that is going on inside, not denying. We are denying. No, not dreaming is happening. Because we are part of the dreaming. No? We are within the dream, denying that I am dreaming. No? Like it's like, almost like a child who had chocolate all over the place and saying, I did not eat any chocolate, I did not eat any. Not at all. It's almost like this. We are saying like this to the Supreme Being. So be aware of the dream like this. Through this guiding also today happened. Be aware of the dreaming that is happening inside. Then do some physical activity. Then some mental activity like thinking, planning about something. But not here, there. Just here. Focused only on this what you are doing. Third is feeling. Most difficult, but possible.
Ji, is like you shared some time back, Shri sadhana, bodies and mind sadhana and feeling sadhana.
Yes.
And then Sharir Shuddhi.
Yes.
This same.
In one sense you can say it is that. Like balancing our body, balancing our mind and balancing our heart, you can say like that. Through that what will happen is that body will become empty. Empty of dream. Mind will become empty of dream. Heart will become empty of dream. You see what I mean? And it becomes so light. It becomes so light. When the dream, when the body mind becomes empty, heart becomes empty of the dream, it becomes open space for you. It becomes full of you, your being, your presence. You are light. It is just the amazing thing that how you can sleep and dream. Light is sleeping in the form of you and dreaming. Dreaming is the way to sleep basically. If you don't dream, you cannot sleep. Because you, the being, can never sleep, by the way, in this way. You are the light itself. You are the light of seeing. You are the awareness. How you can sleep. Or, how you can be put to sleep except that you dream through identification. So, your light of being, the awareness that you are, will fill the heart, the mind and the body. And your life, of course. So yes. And you will feel so light, like there is no weight of body, mind or heart. There is no weight of feelings or anything. All those weight is of something else. It is of dreaming. No? It is of that person that we take ourselves to be and keep dreaming about it continuously. Everything everywhere, as you said in the very beginning, this is what you said in the very beginning, that is the core of person. It's a pattern. But it is our favorite pattern. Or we don't know any other pattern basically. So to create that another pattern is called, is what I'm calling like in birth of an individual. From the ashes, in a way, of the person. No? And that's the difficult part, that during this time will I be a person? You will be a person really, regardless of whether you like it or not. It is your effort to convert or transform your personal life and energy into the individual energy. That is going to kind of kill the person without killing it. No? Because it will be transformed. Like one thing got transformed from one to another, no? Like this. So the person is transformed into individual. Like the same things done by the person are being done in an individual way now, by the individual. This is what I mean. It is possible. But do we want it? This is the question. And how much? Sapno ke Saudagar, no? There was a movie or something, no? I read in childhood, Sapno ke Saudagar, meaning the businessman of dreams. Sapna is dream. Saudagar means like businessman, like traders of the dreams. I am not a trader of the dream. And most probably that's why I don't appeal to you so much. Because I'm not trying to support your dream in any way. That's why you may not like what I will say, no? But only when you are interested in being free from the dream, then you will like what I'm saying more than anything else, really. You'll feel like, wow, that's what I want. No? Yeah, but thank you.
Thank you so much. Feeling so much joy and lightness. Feeling so much joy and lightness and freshness.
Yeah, good.
Thank you. And Ji, one more thing I realize I want to check also. This sleepiness I was feeling many times in the meeting is just because of this dreaming then.
Yeah.
This heaviness.
Of course. That's why sleeping is not allowed in satsang. Regardless of whether it appears to be physical. It is not physical. It is not at all meaning it could be rarely physical. Let's say you did not sleep well in the last night or few days or something. Then maybe physical sleep might be felt. Even then you cannot actually sleep in satsang if you are present. This sleep is connected to ego only. No? Like through sleep, we are keeping ourselves in that state of person or ego in which we dream otherwise. As soon as we go out of the satsang, we start dreaming. No? Why? Because we were exactly in the same state of being, like as a person, just that we were not able to dream because of the light of satsang. But we were still in that state. That's why we were choosing to remain asleep. The more we choose to remain asleep in the satsang, the more we are choosing to remain in the ego or not. That's where it comes back. From where the ego comes back. Because it remains in satsang also, in the seed form. That seed form is sleep. Ego, sleep in the satsang is basically ego in the seed form. No? So it is better to do yawning than to just keep doing like this. I'm just saying. Take a deep breath, wash your face or something. That's why. Why do you think we serve chai? We serve chai, no, in every meeting. Why you think? Has anybody of you thought about it? So that you cannot sleep, no? Like so that there is no excuse for the ego. That it was very tough day last night, so I'm feeling so sleepy. No, here is a chai. Now, next excuse, please. There's so much struggle happening inside me. I don't think it's a good day to wake up. If we can translate it into the morning, waking up in the morning when we have decided, it will be so much easier to understand. It is much deeper, much intimate, much more powerful. No? But it is really that same thing. In one sense, it is same thing really. I don't want to wake up. Although we decided everything, and already we have placed, our walking shoes and everything. Maybe half an hour more. Let me sleep. What for? It is not you talking right now. It is the dream talking. No, you see what I mean. So we need to see the difference between dream talking and me talking, myself talking. In satsang particularly, or in spiritual life particularly. You do what you want to do. But if you do what you want to do and you do what you want to do, then will you feel regret? You will not, no? Why do we feel regret then? Why our action is not complete? Because of this. Because we are not really doing what we want to do. It is the compulsion of the dream. No? That's why we are not happy the way life happens, the way we do things. So thank you. Very good. I see some other beings are also trying to be more alert now. So my dreaming is connected to sleep also. How nice to see all of you. Thank you. Just having a look at all of you. Thank you. Ojas, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for the guiding. It was like a gift. Tried to consume it as much as I could presently, but I will take the gift home and I will keep making use of it. My question was also somewhere around that. So I just want to confirm that just seeing means being aware of everything, including outside, including breath and body and all. And just being is basically being aware of self, of I.
Yes. But let me say a few more words one more time. Let me try to explain so that it's more clear. Just seeing is being aware of everything outside or inside. But everything part is very important. Normally what will happen is that we will, in the name of being aware of everything, we will be selective in being aware. Sometimes we will be aware of outside more, and because we don't like that what is inside us right now, or we will be aware of inside more because what is outside we don't like. It is too noisy outside. It's too personal outside or too personal inside. This is not what it means to be just seeing. Just seeing is a holistic awareness of everything at the same time in one go without any breaks between. Because that break is particularly is the way of the person, way of the mind. The difference between you, the being, and the person is how much you are divided in your awareness, how much selective or preferences you have in your awareness. When you have no preferences, you, the being, is aware without any preferences. You are aware of everything at the same time, and your actions are going to be right actions anyway now. No? So please be aware that just seeing is not selectively sometimes seeing some things inside and sometimes seeing some things outside, or sometimes seeing something part of inside and part of other part of inside we see some other time. Not like this. Try to remember, if you have ever practiced what I call simple seeing, 3 steps, in which basically what is important, we start with seeing everything that is inside us, only inside, not outside, because that will become more confusing. But that's okay. If it is too, sometimes it is too much also to just see inside. So just to seeing first inside, then immediately becoming aware that I am the seer of it, and not forgetting this point of the seer. If we forget the point of the seer, we will be lost in the dream, and we will become selective in our seeing also. And we are trying to be free from that selective seeing or selective awareness. This selective awareness is what you can call consciousness or attention in the grip of conditioning, no? In the grip of mind. It is moving. Now conditioning is moving the attention where it wants to take it. No? And we are trying to be free from it. We are trying to just seeing basically is a holistic seeing in one go. And for that you will have to be aware, you will have to be alert to notice that my seeing has not become divided. Because that divided seeing, by the way, is what is thinking. What is thinking exactly? Thinking and seeing are not two things really fundamentally. Holistic seeing is pure thinking, holistic thinking also. This holistic thinking is what actually was called vichar. You know, what we know as vichar in India, it was that actually. It was not thinking like this. No, a proper, actual thinking of the being about some subject, you know, where the being is not lost in some dream or something. It is meeting the reality of life and thinking about it. It was an amazing, beautiful thing, and it is a very powerful thing. This is from where the new thoughts come in life, no, in existence. Not the old thoughts only, no. New ideas come, new innovations happen also through it, no. So, holistic seeing, not partial seeing. So this is one thing important. Second thing is, and then just being. You said just being, no? Meaning just living or aware of I, aware of my own existence, aware of myself. I can be a word used for my existence. I word is also used for the thinker or the personal thinker or the ego also. So that's why I'm not using it very much. But myself, myself who is holistically aware of everything. Because when you are holistically aware, at one point you will become aware of the outside also, or you will become aware of what is outside actually. Because outside is not outside of you; it is also inside of you. Meaning the experience of it. Because what is exactly outside? Is it that which we think is outside, or is it that which we experience as outside inside us? No. So what we know as outside basically is the experience of outside, but that happens inside us. No? Like this, you will become aware that even outside is not really outside. Meaning, if I move physically, then yes, but if I don't move physically right now, then what outside? The experience of outside happening inside me. So basically, everything inside now, isn't it? You will become aware of it also. So all of this holistically, who I am, who is aware of all of it, this myself, now remaining aware of itself and living the truth of who I am. Meaning who I am not through inquiry, but whatever I am now. I'm just living whatever I am now. Who has been holistically aware of everything. No? Like this. So this is what it is. I hope it will make it more clear.
Yeah, thank you, Ji. It makes it more clear. You had suggested to keep reminding myself of my existence from time to time during the day. So I've been trying to do that. It could be whilst not doing much activity, or it could be in the middle of activity as well, in the middle of walking as well. I wanted to ask if there is how to recognize if I'm doing it successfully. Is there some perceptual shift? Like, do the eyes see differently when I am actually aware of myself?
Yes, it is true. There is change. When we are seeing from our being, then we don't feel threatened by what we see. Like the fear of what we see is either not there or less, reduces. No? Also, we don't have so much pull towards what we see also. But it is not really same as neutral seeing. Neutral seeing is an attempt of the mind, of the personal mind, to create that experience where I can see things without being pulled into them or without being afraid of them. No. But mind never succeeds. Personal mind, ego mind never succeeds that. It just kind of holds its breath in a way, like, then like this. So no, not this. This is not neutral seeing. It is the seeing of the being that you are, where you somehow feel secured in your being already, that what I am seeing cannot really affect me. That makes you a relaxed seer, and that relaxed seeing is what produces the true perception. No? True perception. You actually see, oh, there is a body I am living in. There is a breath I am living continuously. What the hell? I never thought that I will be able to experience it in this way. It means I was just thinking about these things also. So yes, there is a difference. And there could be any degree of this, what I am saying. Maybe slight, maybe a glimpse of it in between. Not maybe purely all the time like this, but
Yes, Ji, I can very much relate to this. Even feeling like in a way like dilation of pupils, and uh, yeah, just kind of snapping out of whatever I was doing in, and like, okay, yeah, let it happen, the way it is. Yeah, just wanted to check that, Ji.
Oh yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes. It is true. We become much more relaxed actually about things as they are happening, because basically we are trying to save ourselves from what is happening because it affects us. It's a simple thing. We are just not accepting it. Maybe as soon as we start seeing this truth that I am something beyond it, and that something is not affected by what is happening, then why we need to close our eyes? No? Like we can just meet it or look into it, like looking into the eye of the storm, no? Like this, center of the storm. Okay. And this is only going to prove that storm is not as strong as you thought, and you are much more strong than you thought before. You know, it's just going to prove this. This simple, clear seeing. This is what is going to produce clarity. By the way, fundamental clarity. This clear seeing is going to produce this fundamental clarity. We are afraid of seeing, and we are afraid of being who we are. Actually, that's why we are continuously compromising or settling in with the dream and living in the dream continuously. That no, 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 that's kind of too scary. What are you saying? Reality? I should live reality. No, 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 I don't want to live reality. I remember talking to one old friend, meditator friend, and he said, "What do you do nowadays?" I said, "I help people in self-inquiry." Self-inquiry means like, what do you mean by that? I said, by checking who I am. He said, "Oh, but this way you will get to know who you are." I said, "Yeah, for sure. But are we not here like for this?" And it was a shock for me and him both. I was shocked that how a meditator, a old-time meditator, thinks about meditation. Like, why you are meditating then, if you don't want to know who you are? You know what I mean? It was a shock for me, and it was a shock for him also. That, oh my God, he is kind of a bit too serious about these things. Maybe I don't know how he was looking at it, but no, thank you. Very nice talking to you. You are a very sincere being. You are not that type. That's why it's increasing, and No, I'm genuinely saying. He's laughing. I'm genuinely saying. That's why we can continue in a way. That refinement is so amazing. Like as it is refining in I see that. It just it makes me feel so happy. Actually, like wow, that's nice. One example that is given, I feel like living with you right now also, Ojas and everybody, that think of mind or think of individual consciousness like water filled in a transparent form. No? That form, transparent form, is the sense of individual. Like I am individual. I am. This I am is a transparent form created somewhere and maintained by the source of life. The consciousness is the water filled in it. The more you move, the more water moves and everything in the water moves. And the less clear will be the perception of anything. Because it is not really that this water or this consciousness that we think we are is seeing. No. The real seer is not this individual consciousness. I'm sure some of you will be able to live this with me right now. The real seer is beyond this individual consciousness, and it is seeing through this consciousness only. That's why just sitting meditation is so important. Being still is so important. This consciousness becomes still. The more still it becomes, the more the seer, who is seeing through this consciousness, is able to see exactly as it wants to see, the pure perception. And in that pure perception, many things happen. Contentment happened, that able to see life as it is. And also it is able to see the consciousness through which it is seeing. So this individual consciousness actually is the glasses of the timeless being, no? Who is seeing through it. And then that timeless being suddenly, remembers in a way as if, oh, I forgot, I'm seeing through glasses. So not only the person is the glasses of the individual, even individual is the glasses of the absolute. No? And absolute is that which is seeing actually this seer that you are. Do you see who you are really? It's just amazing for me. I'm just excited. So I'm just sharing my excitement with you. It's very good. Thank you. Very, very, very nice. It was very nice to live this truth with all of you. Anna, you want to say something?
Thank you, G. I wanted to share two things I'm very grateful about, which just occurred during the guiding you did after Prajot's question. I've been struggling with this very thing of seeing the mind for, I can say years, but that struggle has been intensifying over the last few months. Because I experienced the joy of being able to see emotions and remain in the stillness and deal with intense situations, especially. And I kept puzzling that why can I not do this with the mind? And uh, I kind of just now saw that I'm fooling myself, where I'm deceiving myself became very clear. Is one thing which you said is that um, that we are interested. It depends where the interest is. And I was thinking, no, I'm not interested in the contents of my mind. And another thing you said is that we choose where to put our interest. And I said, hey, I'm not choosing, it just happens. I have no control over it and all that. But just now during the guiding, I was clearly able to see my interest in certain parts of this person and certain aspects of this person's life, and that what exactly uh, you know uh, I'm choosing to put my interest in. And that was so beautiful, Ji. Thank you so much for that. And the second thing I got grateful for is that it's another puzzling thing for me. For this over 5 years I'm with you, I'm puzzling that in my life everything is light and carefree and I really don't care and I feel unrestricted. But I come for satsang and I feel this restriction. And how can that be? This satsang is freeing me and making me more and more light for outside. But why in satsang I'm feeling constriction? And I just now realized it's because, especially in the last few satsangs, several satsangs in the last 2 months, I'm feeling I'm really taking the opportunity. I'm really appreciating the opportunity. But many times you say that here is where the biggest opportunity is for, seeing the things in the light of satsang. So without my mind realizing it, my being has been really from the time I have come to you over 5 years taking this opportunity, which is the most effort I make in my whole life. I don't make outside life, I don't make any effort. I live more or less an effortless existence. But this satsang space and your space is a place which is worth it for me to put all my effort. Thank
Ah,
you.
how nice. I'm feeling very happy, kind of honored in a way by what you're saying. But also, it's very valuable what you are saying, and it's very important, I feel, for every one of us to understand very deeply. Like you will remember that you might have heard me saying that I find myself oftentimes answering the questioner, not the question. Because it is the questioner, the being, questioner being, which is trying to make some effort here in satsang. But it is the mind of the questioner that asks or forms the question and receives the answer. And rejects or accept that this is good conversation or not, or shall I come to satsang or not. Even that much. Sometimes that no, it's not a good satsang for me. If these two can be in sync, you know, how much more we can get from each satsang, we have no idea. Meaning not only we will feel the truth, but we will understand it also. Not only we will live the freedom that we are, but we will understand the value of it also, so that we can continue having it after satsang also. So it's a very good discovery, I feel, that you are able to see this. As you will allow yourself to be more of yourself, then you will be a mind also who thinks, you will be a being also who is, and you will understand the which is the higher and which is the lower. Like what is the source of what? We will understand this also. That's why um, we keep making effort in satsang when we come, and we don't realize that. Like for example, some of the beings suddenly wake up and they start having questions. Oh, I want to ask also some question. What happened? Actually, it is the being which kind of gets inspired in some way that, hey, I want to also know this truth. But their mind, or at the level of mind, they are believing it to be so limited in a way that I'm so limited, I don't have this knowledge, I don't have that knowledge, and how can I ask this question, how can I receive the answer, all those things. But ultimately, there's only one being, no? There are not two anyway, in any one of us. No? Is it not true? Ultimately, there is only one being who may believe that I'm limited, or who may say that no, I take charge. I take charge of my life now. One another thing very interesting I noticed during this time when you were sharing something, that we we look at the mind, or we see the mind, thoughts, feelings, and everything. We think that this is how mind is actually. No, it's not. This is how mind looks from the mind, from within the mind. From outside of the mind, it's a very different thing. It's almost like the matrix seen from our life, or on earth seen from outside of the matrix. When you see mind from outside of the mind, it's just energy flowing in different ways. It has certain tendencies. It has certain way. And it's kind of very powerful also, strangely. It's very powerful also, and you may laugh also, like, what the hell? It's not letting me like go straight in my thinking. you know, you will feel it's not letting me go. Who is that which is not letting me go? And you may start fighting, and then you are in the mind. When you see two inside you, you are in the mind. When you see only one inside you, not any one, you yourself, then you are not in the mind. You see many things, but not persons, not beings. There is only one being, that is you. No? So it is also very interesting that is noticed, that we are actually watching our mind from the mind only. Oh yeah, I see thoughts, I see very strange feelings coming, this happened, that happened. But from where you are watching it and who you are that time, have we noticed or questioned? That's why this practice, just was asking that remembering I am is a very powerful thing. Because it brings us out of mind for a moment. Then from here, seeing is so different. That's why I oftentimes feel like if I can invite you in this moment and we can together live this body and the breath in our own existence, then looking at the mind will be so much easier and we will be able to see exactly what it is. Individual is a declaration of the being that you are, that I can do anything without the egoic mind. But the egoic mind cannot do anything without me. This is the declaration of the being that you are as individual, that I want to live as individual now and do everything as individual now, without the help of the personal mind, egoic mind. No. But living as in the egoic mind, we cannot make such a declaration, or maybe we cannot understand also the value of it. Because, beloved, you are paying the bill of everything in your life. You're just not noticing it. You are paying the bill of everything. And your so-called ego is getting the benefit. And you are suffering from it also. It's like you are feeding a dragon or something. No? You are feeding some kind of beast and who is biting you continuously. And you don't know why you are feeding it. And if you fight with it, it will become stronger. If we fight with ego, it becomes stronger. If we don't fight with it, it remains as it is. What to do? So there is a very special thing to be done. That special thing is spiritual practice. No, it's a special thing. It's a doing, but not a doing in the normal egoic sense. That is meditation, or seeing. Also seeing, just being. Thank you. It's very good. Thank you. Karuna, you want to say something?
Yes, Rajee, thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. I felt some openness inside, so that's why I raised my hand. Yeah. You mentioned that what I am is not even one second old. Cannot be. I guess it's even less than 1 second. Yes, I just felt some beautiful openness, and that's why I wanted to connect with you. You see, it's like the feeling was very beautiful that that like many little fake treasures are dropping. You know, because they're all a little bit too old, you know, a little bit, maybe not, some of them maybe not even 1 second, but still they felt too old. Yes, and this is so nice.
It is actually as you will start living yourself, your standards will get reset in a way. Our standards are very limited standards of a person right now. Like we settle with very lower standard life qualities or experiences right now as a person, no? In comparison to the possibility of living as a being. As you are testing your being, your standard is being reset in a way. Like no, okay. You don't realize that why you are not, why you are losing interest. You don't realize this, why you are losing it, because you are actually not fully consciously, but up to some degree consciously living yourself, which is so high standard in a way, which is something so different that there is nothing comparable to it, really, ever. And there will nothing be comparable to it in a way. Except there are some things like we can call, experience of ourself. Experience of ourself is also possible in this body-mind. When we are present, present means what? Present means we are not moving anywhere, doing anything as a person or individual, just living as the being, and letting the body-mind experience be lived. That time we are able to experience who we are in the body-mind, which is an amazing experience. Which is an amazing experience, Like the taste of your pure being that you are at the level of physical body, mental level, emotional, heart level. It's almost like an impossibility, but happens when we are very still in the being. Another thing also that opens up for us, which is much higher than even our own taste, that is the taste of God. It's a real thing. But it happens inside, not outside. Outside also, there is a taste of God. But does that taste of God higher than taste of your being? If yes, then that is inside, not outside. If it is outside, it cannot be higher than your being. No? It cannot be higher than the experiencer, isn't it? This is the only one experience, Karuna, that is the experience of God, where the experiencer is true. And yet, the experiencer is truer than the true experiencer. That's just one experience. Every other experience, regardless of even if it is seemingly the experience of God, is not really ultimate experience of God. It is the experience in some way. But you will found to be truer and you will remain. But there is one actual experience of God inside our own being that happens. All other experiences of God are also valid, not right or wrong. It's just different. In the experience of God inside you, you don't become smaller in a way. You become like absent in a way. Like so absent that as if you are not there. At the same time, you are so much more present than you can ever be anywhere, or you have ever been anywhere. Like you are as if pure presence, like you are absolute pure awareness of that presence of God. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the most amazing moment for me in anybody's life, really. That is the actual experience of God. In that experience, the individual self disappears completely forever. Now, no individual self can ever happen inside this form, ever. Because if it does happen, that was a more glimpse of the taste of God, not real experience of God. जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नहीं. Kabir says, some great being says like this, a saint says like this. There was I was there, but God was not there in me. Now God is here, I is not found. I is not found. This awareness which remains does not say I am somebody. It says I am nobody, I am not. My Lord is, I am not. I am not. No, it says I am not. We found ourselves speaking like this also in Goa, that I am the cup my Lord is using to taste himself. No? I am the cup my Lord is using to taste himself. No? Pouring himself into me and then tasting also. The experiencer is the Lord, and the what is filled in this transparent cup also is the taste of Lord. No? Like this. You see what I mean? This is actual experience of God that I know of right now. All the tastes are taste of God only. I cannot say them lower and higher or less or more, but this is something very civilized thing for you that I felt like sharing with you. So very beautiful.
So beautiful. So much. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Thank you. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful to meet you, to talk to you. Thank you. In one sense, I feel the understanding of Kabir looks very scientific in a way and accurate. That this body mind is a instrument, and fine tuning it has a possibility to produce the music of Lord. No? चत तार मरोड़त खूंटी निकसत राग हजूरे का हो साधो ये तन ठाट तंबूरे का. And based on the tuning, we are experiencing the taste of God, taste of truth. It's just about the purity, I feel. It's not the what is being experienced is the same, but the purity of it. If you understand what I mean, like there is a there are two factors when, let's say, music happens, no? Instrumental music, let's say, when happens, there are two factors. One is the artist, no, another is the instrument. No? How fine tuned is the uh, instrument, how well skilled is the mm, artist, or how much it is full of the music which it want to express through the performance. No? In this case, I feel the artist is my Lord, who is always complete and perfect, full of music, want to express it. Music means that light of my Lord that it want to express and share through this form, this instrument. It is just the instrument is not well tuned. It is as if the instrument is trying to register. I'm just saying about myself. No? It is just this instrument which is as if trying to register to the fine tuning of my Lord. As I will become more relaxed and still and clear in the seeing, I will notice that those hands which are trying to fine tune me are doing it to attain my highest destiny. And one day I will become so fine tuned, which we experience also in many time here, no? Which we experience also that we become so fine tuned that pure music of the Lord, that right notes of the Lord start coming out. No? Like as if there is nobody here now, just the singer or just the musician only, and this whole body, mind, and individual consciousness becomes an instrument. In this moment, this individual consciousness is not absent really, as if gone somewhere. No, it is very present, and it is just knowing that I am not, and it is also knowing that which is. This is what it means. जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नहीं. It is the individual consciousness saying that I am not, only the Lord is. And logical mind may argue about it, that who is saying that I am not. No, it is not for logical mind. This what is being shared is not for logical mind. It is for a wise mind, for a seeker mind, for a mature mind. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. This is the grace of Lord, grace of my Guru, that we are enjoying like this. So nice. Let me have a look at everyone for another moment, then maybe we'll end this meeting now, soon. How nice. Thank you. Very, very nice. Very nice to see you, Preeti ji, because usually I see your uh, profile photo. Samya, I think you are feeling fine now because you were lying down or something. Yeah, very good, very good. Just a feeling to connect it. Maybe, yes, like that. Thank you. Yeah, Dharma?
Yeah, I just felt to connect with you, and also just been feeling, somehow it feels to me all this spiritual journey that has been taken, either in the dream world or in reality, who knows. But now there is a strong feeling of a need that to connect with inner guru somehow, and if things that has been done from outside, let's say I come to Goa or I do anything or attend a satsang, if somehow from inside something is not sprouting, the satisfaction is not there, and constantly I'm kind of feeling to drawn inside and connect inside. So just seeing like.
Okay. I think I can answer it in two parts. One part of it is that connecting to our own being is the whole purpose of spiritual effort and purpose of satsang also, which I share. No? What happens is that when our individual consciousness or attention meets our source inside us, that is where we start beginning to fulfill our destiny. That's why it is said that the Guru is inside us. Guru means source is inside us, which is going to guide us for rest of our life, no? Like this. Or it is guiding us already. And in satsang, you can benefit from it a lot actually. Maybe you just have to understand it a little bit. Because it may seem like satsang serves different purposes, I noticed. Like one is purely intellectual in a way where discussion is happening and we are trying to understand things and trying to come to something or trying to go from something, like this. Another level is where we are just continuously connecting in the being and like fully benefited. Like satsang is being used to remain connected to the inner guru, I see some of the beings here who are continuously and every satsang they are like this. Because they have started discovering their inner guru inside, the source inside, and they are just using the vibration of satsang or guidings or exploration or sharings to remain or turn towards it more and more also. In between there is another layer where, another level where possibility of satsang is where sometime we taste and sometime we think or understand. So these all possibilities are actually there in satsang. You just have to understand it well. Meaning there is a possibility of misunderstanding here. That when I am in satsang, I am supposed to be like this or I am supposed to do this. Actually, satsang's highest purpose is this, what you are saying. Then how satsang and this can be opposite of each other? Misunderstanding. There is some misunderstanding.
No, I totally agree. And what I meant to say is like maybe in the past I came to satsang, let's say, or I did any spiritual trip or activity for resolving some problem or gaining some understanding. But now, more and more, I'm getting driven. Like even in satsang, I come for like just to be myself, just to connect to inside, not for gaining more concepts. So
I see. Okay.
I surely feel satsang is the one. Let's say if you call it activity, is strongly supporting what I feel. My inner urge is strongly supporting it. That's what I felt, and there is more and more urge to stay inside rather than trying to gain clarity through asking questions or in that way. Of course, I connect to concepts also, but more and more there is urge to remain inside, like that. Yes.
Now I understood better. Yeah. Then that's perfect. Because there is a time for discussion also, like in our life or in the spiritual life also, and then there is a time for meditation also, and there is a time for satsang also. No? So basically, discussion, meditation, satsang. I can say 3 possibilities in satsang. Your time is for satsang now. Satsang basically is not something special in the sense of special talks going to happen now, but something special in the sense of something special happening on earth in some area, some places of life where it doesn't happen everywhere else, where the being of life is living its own self and inviting all other to also connect to their own being. It's a very simple thing. The being of life living in the form of you, being of life living in the form of me. Whenever we meet in the individual life, we are going to talk about individual life, what is mine and yours, what you are doing and what I am doing and what we are doing together. But in satsang, we are not talking about any of these things. Me, being in the form of me, myself, is just sitting and appreciating its own truth, and through the body mind, it's expressing in some way, sometime when necessary. And in the form of you, the being of life, can and will start learning very quickly to live the truth of who you are. It's a direct one-to-one inspiration also that happens internally, and support also that happens, like a energetic vibration-based support also, and like a catalyst also it works, that you start sensing that you can actually live yourself directly. You don't need to wait for anything of the mind and body to be finished before that. So all of that support is what is called satsang actually, from one being to another. And when many beings are together like this with the same purpose, it becomes much more powerful also, because of how much more we can and we are able to live today. So yes, it's very good.
Like, and also it has huge effect on my day-to-day life as well. Because before I used to see life as a like journey. Okay, from this point I need to go to that point, and that's same thing I was bringing in the satsang also. That I need to gain some understanding, or I need to resolve some problem. But now it's more about living, and also I feel how satsang is like small, very intense capsule of how the life around is, and how my perspective of life has changed, and yeah, I'm just learning small things, how to see life, how to see, for example, small things. How do I see morning exercise and how I perceive body, and yeah, there's a lot to learn, and it's just like, yeah, I feel I just starting to live, just beginning to start to live. Yes.
Yes. It's very nice. I mean, there's everything to learn actually, everything. Wait is not a bad thing. It's such a good thing that now you are able to see that I have not learned or known anything yet. But it doesn't mean that I am not. I am truth. Life is truth. It's time to learn now. Now time to live now. I did not live. I did not learn anything so far. I only imagined and believed. Now I am going to actually live. and learn. And this is possible only from the being that you are. Because as a person we are trying to maintain ourselves. What it means to trying to become basically is trying to maintain. There are many things of our life, individual life, which need to be maintained and will be maintained. Like you need to maintain your driver's license; it should be up to date and has to be renewed and things like this. Maintain petrol or diesel in your car and things like this. Body health and food and everything. But we don't need to maintain ourselves, and we don't need to maintain the reality also. Something else is maintaining the reality around me. Reality of my body, mind, and everything also. Reality, the part that I have to play in the body and my life, that I will play. But the reality of everything and myself is being maintained. The isness of everything is being maintained by something else. I don't need to maintain that. Here I just live and learn. Which is amazing, amazing. Like it's like entering into the reality for the first time. And you will notice how few people are here interested in living this. How few, like so very, very few. Even the spiritual people are not interested in living the reality. That's why what we call journey, basically a journey is a journey within the dream, which has part of that dream include the spiritual journey and life, and part of it is the non-spiritual, social, personal. But both are part of the dream. A spiritual practice for me is only effective if it makes the doer less doer after doing it. No? If the sense of doer decreases in the practitioner of a spiritual practice, then this is a good practice. If it doesn't, it is not. And that, like this, the sense of doer at some point will disappear almost completely. A very thin sense of individual remains, what we call asmita, like a very subtle sense of ego remains. And then as soon as you will turn towards who you are, that also will start disappearing. So the effort is to become free from the doer. And effort can help us making the doer more thin, much more thin also. But it doesn't mean that it is freedom. The one who is identified with the sense of doer can wake up without making the doer thin also. This is satsang. Satsang is for awakening, not for thinning away of the ego, actually. When we are sharing, living the truth of God, like this, together, this is a moment when being can wake up. Meaning it can get disidentified with this doer, which we call ourselves. Also, yeah, thank you. Very nice, thank you.
Thank you so much for this love.
Thank you. Very, very nice. It's good time. We end this now. Very happy to meet all of you. Thank you for joining today.